Hey, it's Graham Taylor here at Hudson Rose. Today talking about what happens after you've submitted your mortgage application. So we focus so much on getting the interest rate, getting all the documents together, all that kind of stuff. Well, what happens afterwards? So here's a bit of a lowdown on what happens once you've submitted it to the lender. So the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to go into a queue at the lender's side, all right? Like everything, you rush to get those things in, it hits the lender, it goes into an underwriting queue. And that's simply because lenders have got to work through the applications in the order that they're received, all right? This is part of the underwriting process. So when we talk about underwriting, this is the bit we mean, all right? Eventually, your application surfaces in front of an underwriter, and it's their job to assess the application and make sure it meets the lending policy of the bank. So what are they going to look at? What's the process? Well, they're going to look at income, okay? So they're going to look at the documents that you've submitted to prove your income. If you're not sure what those are, we've done a video on that, so you can go into that at your own leisure. They're also going to do things like instruct the valuation. So that's where the bank sends a surveyor to go out and look at the property to make sure that it's suitable security for the loan, all right? So they're going to send that note off to a surveyor and say, right, go and see 22 𝗽𝗍𝘀𝗁 Avenue and report back to us on whether it's suitable security for the loan. So is it standing? Is it worth the money you're paying for it? They're going to look at that. They're then going to look at the income. They're also going to look at the results of your credit check, your credit score, make sure that it hits the benchmark for that lender, okay? So these things go into a mix, all right? Once they've checked your income documents, the valuation and the credit report, that's pretty much everything they need to then be able to make a decision on the case, okay? Now, it's not often you're going to get it first time. Often underwriters are going to look at documents, they're maybe going to ask questions. So they might say, oh, you're paying into a cycle to work scheme, can you take that into account? All these sort of bits. They might also want bank statements as well. They might also want proof of deposit for a purchase. That varies on lender to lender. But crucially, it's not uncommon for an underwriter to pick up a case, look at it, and then say, oh, actually, can we have a bit more information about that? So there's a bit of back and forth, all right? And that's where having a good advisor can really make things a little bit easier because we know what they're going to want in advance. We can submit a fully packaged application to them. Once the underwriter is happy, they then say, yep, that's all good, and it goes to another queue ready for offer. And the offer is your document that comes out and says, we're going to lend you this money at this rate. That gets sent to you, gets sent to your solicitor, and then your solicitor's job is then to get it from exchange to completion. So that is an absolute quick potted history of what happens when you submit a mortgage application, but there's just a few processes in the underwriting stage. Each one has to be met and ticked off and signed off, and eventually they will bring their offer to you, and happy days, you could go and buy a house or remortgage or whatever you're doing. If you do want any help with remortgaging, purchasing, buy-to-lets, all the fun stuff in the mortgage market, then do reach out and say hello. You can DM us, you can follow us, you can like us, you can send an email, pick up the phone, whatever works for you really, we're pretty open to it. Check out the website hudson-rose.co.uk, and if you want any more tips and information, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll catch up with you soon. Cheers, bye.